Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something pretty exciting. It's going to be a really big video. This is going to be something we're undertaking together that's going to make you insanely wealthy. And I don't say that lightly. If you are someone who can't focus, if you're someone who doesn't have the emotional maturity to do shadow work, to challenge your unconscious, that can't sit through more than a 30-second or a 2-minute video, this video is not for you. That's okay. Have a great day and see you later. To those that are staying, congratulations. You are the chosen ones who are going to get this knowledge. And this knowledge is going to make you a millionaire. So first off, for those who've clicked on this, I'm going to assume that you probably don't have a huge amount of wealth at your disposal, or you're constantly being hit by bills. Things keep going wrong. Maybe your isn't taking off. Maybe your kids are very expensive. Maybe you've got all kinds of blockages in your way. Okay. Why is it that some people seem to attract wealth all the time? No matter where they go in life, they're always finding opportunities. They're always in that flow state. Someone that you know, hopefully you know someone like this. If not, maybe you've met someone like this. They walk into a crowd. Everyone wants to work with them. Suddenly they're being offered opportunities just out of the blue, just holding a certain resonance, a certain state of being. This is where we're going to get to. Now, if you're watching this video, it might be because you're currently not in that state. You're not in that flow state. You haven't clicked into it. And you're asking yourself, how do I get into that? Okay, let me show you how to get in. Because once you know how to shift old blockages and shift into that energy, you're going to start living a really big, exciting life. So it's good to get excited now because abundance is going to find you as you get this, as you understand it, as you start to employ this in your life. That's all I want for my viewers. I want you to have a big, exciting life, and I want you to see and know your own soul. Before we go deep in, there's some things that you're going to need to know. I call this framing. When it comes to manifestation, which is taking your thoughts, your ideas, your energies, and applying those to the world, and then the world events, people, or situations rise to meet you and supply what you need when you need it. And this allows these two things to come together and the energies to be realized. That's what we call manifestation. Have you noticed that you are doing your part, but the world around you isn't coming to the table? It's not meeting you at your need. And especially if this is happening on a regular, consistent basis, this is something that you'll need to know about. You cannot ever manifest what you want. You can only manifest what you are. Let that sink in for a moment, because that's how it works. So for all the positive intentions, all your hard work, all your positive actions in life, all the vision boarding, all your drawing up plans, if it's still not happening, this is life telling you what you are right now. So if you are someone who isn't rich, if you're not wealthy, if you're not successful, if you're not abundant, if you're not lucky, then what are you? The reason people are lost in this is because this isn't determined by the conscious mind. The conscious mind is only 10% of the self. It's a small part of us. It's like God with a little g. And you think that that's all you are. It's not. It's just a constant realization and pattern forming observation point. What you are is a full 100% self, and 90% of that is unconscious programming. Your unconscious programming makes the rules, it calls the shots, it determines your life events. This is God with the big G. That's what it is. And we think that it's the universe, we think it's the life events around us. No, this is being created by the big G. We're going around with our 10% free will, our little God with our little g, the sub God. Sure, it's good at initiating things, it's good at intentions, it's good at making things happen over a long period of time, doing it the hard way. But usually it's a lot of spinning wheels, a lot of rubber, and a car that's not really moving forward. So we need to understand if we want to work with the big G, what is the unconscious? How can you get it to back your team, to consider what the conscious mind wants and needs, and then gear actions into that same direction? The answer to this great question, this great mystery, is twofold. Knowing these two things is going to shift you. You will transform, and your life will become increasingly easier to navigate. First thing is, you are not just you. You are the program system that was taught from a very young age who you are supposed to be, how you are supposed to think, how you are supposed to feel, how are you supposed to associate and slot into life. Everything from the primary ages of 0 to 14 was the programming that formulated what you call the unconscious mind, in combination with some inherited karma from your family. Some kids were programmed to be perpetual winners, to have positive associations with money, with socializing, with the energy of thriving, with expecting positive outcomes and luck. They just breeze through life with this knowingness that things will come really easy for them and that they don't have to really struggle in order to get ahead in life. The thriving energy is them. Most of us, though, we're not so lucky to be programmed so perfectly. We see our parents struggling with bills and we think this is what life is. This is what we're supposed to be. We get socially isolated at some point and we think being excluded from social circles is how life is supposed to be. And now, as adults, fully immersed in adulting, we are exactly the same energy, the same frequency. Hopefully, we're wiser and we have ourselves more together, but the core of us, our makeup, is exactly the same. Does this make sense? So, if you are smart, you'll be asking the question right now. All right, so I have this programming inside of me. How can I program myself to be someone smarter, someone luckier, someone more successful and abundant? The humbling answer to that question is this: it's not up to you, it's up to your unconscious. And that brings us to the second part of this great mystery. And that is in terms of self sabotage, the actions of lack, the actions of self destruction, the actions of limitation. I'd like to share with you a really great thing. Your unconscious, and particularly the shadow, only wants one thing. And the unconscious mind is able to give your shadow that one thing. And in doing so strategically, you can shift its motivations and its actions into the direction you want to go. It's like the old cartoons with that man riding the donkey cart and he has the carrot on the stick in front of its face. It's kind of like that, only it's not a carrot, it's delicious validation. And it will do whatever it can to get it. Because your shadow is like a child, and like all children, they just want love. They just want to be seen, to be held, to be touched. And that is because they want to be worthy. This is what is at the heart of it all. And this is why we can shift this energy into a more positive direction. So let's get into some of the good stuff. We're going to move our unconscious into alignment with the good. to unite God with the big G into alignment with the little g. So let's start figuring out first what it believes. You'll know this because you see how your life is right now without sugarcoating anything. Black and white, straight up, straight talk. This is your life now. Financially, socially, emotional connections, your luck, adventure, and attitude. Look at the whole thing. This is what you are. If you want to actually shift, then get yourself now a pen and paper and let's get this done. Now, I'm going to mention the word work. We didn't come to YouTube to do work, but imagine how much work you're actually doing that burns up your lifespan, years of it, when you could just do something right now and actually make some real progress. So get a pen and paper. Let's do it. I want you to work through all of your key areas of life. Not right now. Right now, we're just doing the financial aspect of things. But what I show you here now is something that you can apply to so many of your core areas in life: socializing, luck, everything. But if you try to do more than one at a time, you are going to be overwhelmed. So don't even try. We're going to focus in on wealth. I want you to write on this piece of paper how wealthy you are in a score out of 10. How would you rank yourself in absolute honesty? If you're a one or a two, seven or an eight, I'll just double check for yourself. Is this real? Is this realistic? Where are you on the scale? Do you overspend? Do you live above your means? Do you find money easy to get or don't you? Do you have preconceived notions? You have to work really, 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 really hard to get money. What do you really think about having a large savings account, having an abundance? How do you feel about that? Let's say that you have $50,000 in your bank account right now. If you don't consider that to be a large amount of money, picture the amount that is. Push your mind into the realm of what you believe is believable and hold that figure in your mind. See it in your account. How does it feel? Be honest. All of this is going to give you clues as to what you are in regards to money. If you have a lot of money, do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel pressure? Do you feel like you have to spend it? Do you feel like having a lot of money means you are something? Do you feel like you have to protect it and clutch onto it as hard as you can? Get the information together as much as you can. Really detail this. If you need to do a flow chart, however you can best visualize everything here. What's that relationship look like? Now, whatever this energy is, this association, this relationship, it comes down to the programming and it comes down to your shadow. This determines your relationship with money. Now, hopefully, you've paused the video, done some of the work, and you have some things written down now. If you don't, do that now. I want you to really explore your memories and associations. I want you to face this. It might be uncomfortable. That's fine. Remember, the amount of money that you have right now is in perfect alignment with who you are. So I'm hoping some of you have gotten that. Okay. Now, you've got a clear picture of your programming, of your unconscious beliefs, of your alignment, your feelings, your thoughts on finances. You've got a bit of clarity there. It's probably not as positive or constructive as you want it to be. You probably haven't written down money comes easy. You probably haven't written down, I can save money whenever I want. I can have money whenever I want. Because if you had, you wouldn't be watching this video now. So let's have a look at some of the core aspects of when this programming began. You have real memories, flashes of childhood, little pieces of information you picked up even through your peripherals watching people. It's very subtle and can be very complex. But if you want to get to the heart and core of your real essence of this alignment, you're going to have to go inside into the unconscious, into the emotional realm. You're going to have to talk to yourself. You're going to have to talk to your inner self, which speaks in that emotional language. Here's something you need to know. When you get to a real memory shaping your creation around this issue, you're going to have an emotional charge. Think of it like you've got the core program here, and then you have the emotional charge sitting over top of it, blocking your conscious mind from touching the programming. It's there to protect. It's designed to keep it safe so that the conscious mind can't interfere too much with the programming. But know that this is an aspect of the big God, of the creator, of the program, making your life as it is now. So when we do this work, you got to go through some emotions. Unfortunately, as part of it, and this is the reason that most people can't do this work. But this is why you are special and you're able to do it. You're able to face this. Most people can't. Congratulations to you. Now, it's also a fantastic indicator because if you find something that has a huge emotional charge, that means you are at the cusp of one of your programming codes. It means that you are onto something that you can actually change to create big shifts in your world. And your instinct, instead of reeling back saying, no, I can't touch this, knowing this is now like, oh, goody, I found something good here. I can really work with this. I can change my core. So when we get to one of these charges, what do we do? It's like a little landmine sitting in the ocean. You know, you touch it, it explodes. You have an emotional response, but then it fades and then you get clarity. And that's the good stuff. That's what we want. I want you to take your memory back to your first associations with money. How did your relationship with money begin? Did you have a piggy bank? Did you have a Dolomite account? Did you start saving? What happened to that money? How did you feel about it? Did you feel bad giving it away into a bank account or a piggy bank so you couldn't spend it? Did you just want lollies? Did you feel abundant? Did you spend all the money and now you felt broke and regretful? What is your first memory? Let's really open that up. Go back to it. Go right back. Remember how your parents were with money. Were they stressed? Were they fighting all the time? How was it? Did you never see them because they're working all the time and you resented money for it? Were they wealthy and all they cared about was wealth and they seemed superficial? They didn't give you the love that you needed. You didn't even have time to spend with them. Did that give you a negative association with money? You have an answer in your memories. It's there, clear as day for you. It tells you why you're not rich now. It tells you what you think about money. Did you see rich people victimizing poor people? What happened? What's the real memory? What's the core? This is a bit of an adventure, traveling through ourself. You might remember things that you haven't remembered in a long time. When you get the key things, write them down, journal it if you need to. But this is gold. This is worth so much because when you find, aha, that's the thing that's blocking me, then we get to shift it. And I'll teach you all about that in a second. When you have an original core memory and you find one and you go, oh, this is blocking me from actually sitting in my wealth and appreciating the wealth. This is stopping me from making money. I feel negative about abundance and wealth because of this thing. It's a core. It's like a what you want to do is you want to approach this part of you with gratitude, with love. Thank you for holding this belief pattern. You're trying to keep me safe. The reason it believes it's keeping you safe is because it believes that if you mimic your parents or the world around you, then you're going to receive the love that you need to thrive. Children need that. They need safety and protection. And so they'll mimic whatever is shown to them in the world. But when you transform this, you have to approach it with love because that's what it really wants. You have to approach it with validation because that's what it really wants. And then it's going to connect to you. Then it's going to listen to you. Now you can actually really go into it. Start to see this memory in a new light. This is something that your unconscious cannot do. It can only see things from one static point of view. Start to reimagine this memory, the association, start to see it from this energy of I'm abundant, everything I touch turns to gold. I've always been abundant. I've always gotten everything I need. I'm naturally rich. I'm naturally fortunate. Replace it with this energy. See it from that light. Find that new energy and find a way to relate that to this old core belief. Now we're doing some real magic work. Now we're doing some transformation. You're starting to shift stuff like a bloody master. This is going to make you a millionaire. Because once you rework your programming, you're going to be literally a different person. And you can be any person that you want. You're starting to change the cogs of the machine into something better. Now, while you're doing this work, if you feel a chill up your spine, a feeling of excitement, a feeling of release, that's a really good indicator. You want that to happen because that means that you've updated something. It's like in the Matrix when Neo saw the cat move twice. It's kind of like that. It means they've changed something in the programming. So once you've installed these positive associations into the code within you, you'll need to ground it. Allow it to express itself in your life. You're going to see life test your new alignments. If you fail these tests, it's going to revert back to the old programming. So if you get challenged with a new bill, like you got fired from the job, something big happens in your life, approach it knowing your new energy with money. Do not question it. Do not fear. Just go, yes, no, I'm actually really wealthy. Life's going to look after me. I've lost this job. That means something better's there. Stick to it. Realign your new energy and don't fail the test. Otherwise, all this has been for nothing. Now, this is esoterics. This is psychology, shadow work. We're going beyond shadow work. This is big stuff. Now, a lot of you probably watching going, oh, well, who's this guy? What does he know about higher wealth? Is he wealthy? Yeah, I am. I'm extremely wealthy. And this is kind of just for fun. This is something that I want to do for all of you because I want you to have these gifts. I want, especially Australians, I love my country. I want Australians to know this because I want you all to change the system, to have the tools you need. This is one of the biggest tools you could possibly imagine because if you can shape yourself to be anything and anyone, imagine what you can do out there as a leader. You're not going to be stopped by the shadow that seeks validation because you know now that it just needs validation. You can just give it validation, feed the animal, and it's going to start to work with you. You can then transform things, and it's going to start working in your favor. Manufactured luck, liquid luck, like in Harry Potter. You just drank the vial. This is deep self knowledge. Do the work now. That's the challenge. Sit quietly with yourself. If you got people around you that are distracting you, tell them to go away. This is you time. Get into a quiet space. Start seeking, what do I really believe about money? What are my memories? What are my actual associations? Oh, I remember that, but I don't agree with that anymore. Here's the new perspective. Start to turn it. Start to turn the wheels. Okay, I've gone over this enough. I repeated myself a few times because I really want you to get this. Um, Thank you all for watching. I think that that's enough for now. You've got enough to focus on. You've got enough to work with. I don't want you guys to take this knowledge and then start sabotaging yourself and giving in to old patterns and beliefs. So if you need to come back and watch the video again just to remind yourself, then do that. And my take for some of you, a little bit of practice because you've been in the old way of thinking for so long. We are doing some big, powerful shifts here. You're all going to be extremely rich. Those who have made it to this part of the video, you're blessed. You're chosen. You have the knowledge. There are esoteric orders that keep this kind of information under lock and key. You know it now. Congratulations. Go and use it. So, till next time, I'd like to focus on another core shadow, but I want you all to start making some real money, some real cash, so you can start to relax and you can start to have more free time for yourself. Love you all. And don't forget, when you go deep enough, you find your soul, and that's where the excitement begins.